Hey, once again, welcome to Stand the Course and Overcoming Obstacles. That's right, Stand the Course and Overcoming Obstacles. And we say it that way because, well, I mean, this year has been one for the records, literally. Unfortunately, in a lot of bad ways, but hopefully for you in great ways. And as you begin to really just stay the course, stay that course that you've set, stay the course of those goals and dreams that you've had going into 2020. You know, the last I call it gig, the last speaking engagement I had was the theme was Leap 2020, and we've had to leap. I mean, we definitely have had to leap and go forward in 2020. So as part of how did this come about? You know, I'm gonna spend a little time setting the table here. You know, people ask, why? And a couple people said, hold on, 20 lessons? Yeah, this course is 20 lessons. Then we're going to do some other things to finish out the month. We're going to celebrate our birthday all month. So we're asking you to really just join us inside the course, enjoy the journey, and then if you want to celebrate with us and want to be notified each morning, just simply click the link below, and each day you'll get this email letting you know, hey, we're going live and where we'll be at. So a couple things I got to do here as I was thinking, I did not do. I need to share to a couple groups. See, that's the thing about it is you got to remember what you're doing, and the fun part. It's a little work here. Hey, it's a little work, but be cool with it. Hey, so as we get started, I challenge you to think about this here as moving forward is to stay the course. And so, but almost regress. Almost. So one of the reasons we're doing this too is to celebrate our birthday. And so, like I said, there'll be 20 lessons in this series, and we're going to package them and put them into a training module. And if you make a donation to 100 Black Men, just look in the link below. You can go directly there. You can do our Facebook link, send us a copy of the receipt, and guess what we're going to do? We're going to give you all the trainings and all the lessons to go with it. I don't care what size donation it is. Hey, 100 Black Men of Metro Baton Rouge is organization I love. I spend time with. I do work with. I volunteer for. So D, all the above. I've checked all the boxes and continue to check the boxes with this organization because we help young men. We help young men be their best selves. We help young women be their best selves. So we work with both, and that's part of our mission and goal, and we're excited about it, but we need more help. So help us help more. So as we get started, I'm going to share a little bit about who I am for those who meet me for the first time. I'm a country boy at heart from Prentice, Mississippi. This is 19 years ago, I guess, 20 years ago almost. My son, he grew up loving baseball, but this was at a baseball celebration event. And so, I'm an engineer by degree, graduated from Southern University. The reason I put this fun picture, hey, this was a fraternity Greek show, had a great time, like 1989, but those are my eyes right there. My son spotted that. That was the amazing thing. My son spotted this image here. So I just wanted to share that. But here's, what I wound up doing. Even as an engineer, I became a sales trainer and a marketer. I mean, that's what I spent time in corporate America. Had the fortune of being Salesman of the Year. Ironically, yesterday I met a gentleman that was a salesperson for one of my older companies, one of the companies that I worked for before, that I happened to be Salesman of the Year. But, learned a lot through this here. Spent time in a lot of different industries, things that were new to me, but really I've been able to utilize those things now to serve others. So excited about it. And trainer and teacher by purpose. That's who I believe I am for the rest of my life. But I forgot to share that, an entrepreneur, left corporate America, went into business for myself over 21 years ago, but really doing this here. So this is how this came about, man. Can't be in a room like the ones you see above. The one at the top was in Guatemala. The one top right is in Shreveport, Louisiana. The other one, I think, was Jackson, Mississippi. And so not able to do this now, in person. So, hey, next best thing is to be right here in front of a camera with you. So we're so far apart, but we're so close together. So, hey, let's go ahead and get started. Once again, hit birthday, hit the bit.ly birthday celebrate, and guess what? You'll have access and be reminded of all the trainings. To get them all packaged together, you can go back and watch them inside the group. You can go back inside the group and download stuff, but to get them all together, guess what? Just make a simple donation to 100 Black Men. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about overcoming any obstacles that, try to stop you. Is it the pandemic? I won't share my pivot story right now fully, but this is part of my pivot story. Being able to offer and do virtual events. So I want you to put in the feed, if you're listening right now, or if you're listening to a replay, put into the feed simple, saying, hey, what is it that are some obstacles that I must overcome? What are some obstacles that I must overcome? Just put what it is in there. And so we're going to teach you not only how to overcome the obstacles, but really the number one reason why people fail is, guess what? Fear. They fear failing. They fear failing more than anything. And that's something we must overcome. We must get over that. So we're going to share a little bit about that. And then teach you how to put them to your own challenges. See, one of the things I do know is that principles are few, processes are many. And so you can take these core principles and put them into your own situation. You can take these core principles and apply them to your own challenge. You can take these core principles and help you overcome the obstacles that you're facing. You can take these core principles. I think you get the picture. But it's knowing how to apply. It reminds me of a story, and I use it a lot of times when I talk about expertise. There was a ship, docked at the dock, and it was broken. The boiler was broken. So literally it was full of cargo. It was supposed to be out to sea several days ago. So it was costing literally hundreds of thousands of dollars every day it was late. And so the captain had called for different people to come, and nobody could fix it. And he heard about this old man, a boilermaker, guy that knew what he was doing, had these expertise, knew boilers back and back. So the gentleman came in with a little bag, and as he walked in, he, went down, looked around for a minute, pulled out a hammer, hit a few places it looked like, and boom. So he gave the captain the bill, $1,500. And the captain asked him, man, I need you to itemize this bill, itemize it. Tell me why it's $1,500. You're only here 15 minutes. So he simply wrote $5 for hammer and $14.95 knowing where to hit the hammer. And so that is the way these principles are. Knowing how to apply these principles will make the difference in our lives. So, like I said, each one of the lessons not only apply principles, but they have action steps that you can apply to reinforce the principles. See, that's the key thing. See, the first part of it is learning. The second part is doing. And so that is it. If you don't apply, application is the key to make a thing happen. So remember, nothing happens until you take action. Nothing happens until you take action. You can study and learn all you want, but until you design something as an engineer, until you sell something as a salesman, until you help someone as a teacher, I think you get the point. Nothing happens until you take actions. And then, each week you're going to find some bonuses. And this is for those individuals that choose to take up on the program, either donate or purchase the program. Yeah, we will sell it to you. But the easiest thing to do is donate to 100 Black Men during this time, and we will give you access to the program. So I want you to enjoy the course as we move forward. Like I said, I really wanted to give you an introduction today to set it forward. And we're going to share a couple more things with you before you go. Each lesson is going to be about 15, 20 minutes. And as we go through this here, I challenge you to Hey, Lisa, she said, not knowing if I'm taking the right path. Lisa, I love what you said there. And, one of the things I challenge you to write down about path is purpose aligned towards heaven, purpose aligned towards helping. And so, you know, I think in one of the courses we're going to talk about is going to help you more than I think anything. And a lot of times is we begin to think about and overthink what we should do. Things happen in our lives, and we begin to analyze and overanalyze. We call it paralysis analysis. So one of the things I want to challenge you to do is just act. Each day, each night before you go to bed, write 3 or 4 things down that you should do, that you can do, that will move you towards your goal. It could be small things. And then the next day, just do them. Just do them. So oftentimes we begin to think, I got to have this script written out. I got to have this great website done. Like, this here is not all done. I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. At the time of this recording, this is not fully built out, but I've outlined the course. I've worked on the lessons, and I'll probably do lesson 6 and 7 tonight. So it's not all done. Will it be perfect? No. The next time I go back, it'll be better. It'll be gooder. And so that is something I challenge you to do. If you're out there listening and you're saying, I'm struggling with moving forward. See, this is about going through, and part of my pivot story, which we're going to share in detail later, is that, my retail store basically went from 100 to 10%, 20%. I project we're going to do about 20% of what we did last year in the physical store. Now, I could have said, hey, how do I overcome that? Well, it's going to be tough just to move everything online and sell that quantity online without tons of marketing, tons of expenses of driving that and driving people eyeballs to the site. So we'll replace some of that. However, as I looked at that back in April, I mean, literally, that's when it hit me. And it was because I decided to pivot. And in my pivoting, there's a process I came up with. I want to share this with you right now, and we'll do a full lesson on pivoting. In pivoting, you literally, first you have to pause. So when you come over an obstacle, if you're driving, if you see something, there's a brief pause. Even when you're going 55 miles an hour, in your mind, you pause and say, do I go right, left? You look, do I go over? And so no matter what the situation is, you should pause. And then for difficult things, especially things that we're growing through now, is you pray. And see, prayer has 2 parts. Prayer is about you asking God and then you listening. And so as you move through, ask God and listen, he's going to give you your pivot ideas. And then once you get those pivot ideas, you develop your plan and playbook. And so when you put the plan and the playbook in place, then you pursue and persist. Pursue and persist. And so for me, that's been the process. One of the things you'll see more of us doing, we're actually doing virtual events for companies and organizations. Yeah, we're helping them move online. We're helping them host conferences. We're helping them do youth summits. We're helping them do town hall meetings. So a year ago, I didn't even think about doing that for others. Had the skill set, but through this pivoting, obstacles happen. Knowing that football season would not be the same. Guess what? We made that change. So let me just share a little bit more about the course and what you need to do today to move forward, okay? So check out the additional resources. If you're inside of Have Your Best Week Ever, you'll be able to get those as a file there and print these materials out. These are 2 reflection sheets, and I want you to go through this today, okay? I want you to print this out, and we'll have this inside of Have Your Best Week Ever. I'm going to upload them shortly after here, and simply print them out. Okay, print it out, and then go through the reflection. See, the key thing is in the questions. When we ask better questions, we get better answers. When we ask better questions, we get better results. And so I want to challenge you to do that. And then the next thing I want you to do is post this graphic, print it out, make it a screen share. And this is from Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich. The mind can conceive and believe. The mind can achieve. And I want you to personalize it and say, my mind can conceive and believe. My mind can achieve. See, that way it is about you, because overcoming obstacles are up to you. And then just keep it handy. So what we're going to do is really build that habit of repeating those positive affirmations every day, several times a day. One of the things I do is I actually write down 3 affirmations in my journal. And so I want to challenge you to develop that process for you, and we're going to continuously challenge you to do that. So as I close out today, like I said, hey, won't be long, 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes 25, is go over to Bitly, the Bitly link, B-Day Celebrate. That's right, stands for birthday. B-Day Celebrate. And help me celebrate by joining me each morning at 7 a.m. That's right, 7 a.m. And we're going to have a replay. We got to keep true to fashion, guys. We're going to have a replay in the evening. But catch us live. Hey, you're able to comment with us, and hopefully we can give some feedback that will help you. And, just challenge you to stay the course, overcome those obstacles, because guess what? We all face them. We all face those obstacles. So I will see you tomorrow. That's right, tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, but just remember, if you want access to all the trainings, just simply go to 100blackmenbr.org/donate. I don't have it up here, but it is in the link, and you can just donate any level, send us a copy of that receipt, inboxes that, or go to our Facebook donation we have going right now. And we're going to give it to you, because the reason we're doing that is we're really looking to serve others. I talked about purpose path, being on path, and that's purpose aligned towards helping, purpose aligned towards heaven. And so, at the end of the day, I wrote these notes down. It was, had a chance to go. I went back and listened to the late Chadwick Boseman speech at Howard University. And, it made me think about some things as he was going through. They said he was living in pain when he was doing those movies. He was living in pain. He might have been in pain, but more importantly, he was living on purpose. And for me, that was the main thing. He said something, the challenges you choose to confront prepare you for your purpose, And one of the things that, when you look at your purpose, I truly believe is that it's about the people you choose to serve. It's about the problems you choose to solve. And so when you become clear on those things, guess what? It's easy to move forward. It's easy. I didn't say it wouldn't be hard to go through, but it's easy to move forward. So I challenge you to stay with me this whole time as we move through overcoming these obstacles. We're going to talk about connecting to your purpose, why that's important, why having a clear vision is important. And then, my goal is to help you reset and take off running so you can crush this fourth quarter. I want to be with you this whole journey as we move forward this next year and getting into this next season. So once again, stay the course. And then when you stay the course, overcome those obstacles. And so, hey, Joe, thanks a lot. Hey, with me this morning on purpose, 10 when possible. Hey, yeah, definitely just sign up and it'll remind you. You can hit know what device you're on, but you can hit the Facebook to be notified whenever we go live. Um, we're going to be doing a lot more as we finish out this year because we're going to be living on purpose. And, you know, now closing this here as we talk about overcoming obstacles and staying the course. You know, my mom said something to me last year. I can go back to my, I call it my brown couch moment. As an engineering student in my second senior year, that's right, my second senior year. Yeah, you're supposed to only have one, but I had two. Hey, don't judge, don't judge, don't judge. But I can remember my mom saying, you know, hey, son, you're not happy in school. And I said, Mom, I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time. She said, no, you're not happy in what you're doing in school. And she was right. You know, I wasn't loving engineering. You know, I did enough to graduate basically with a 3.0 in engineering, but it was just enough. Most of my time was spent outside of engineering. It was doing things I love, volunteering. Actually, an organization I work with now called Big Buddy, another great nonprofit here in our city. You know, I volunteer with them even as a student. And so I call it my brown couch moment because she said I should be teaching. And then fast forward last year with things that I'm doing and areas that I'm working in, she said, son, I'm proud of you. You're finally teaching now. You're finally doing what you were born to do. So hopefully through this journey, we help you, one, not only stay the course, become clear on who you are, why you are, because it's inside of you. Who you are, your purpose is inside of you. You're born with a purpose. You was born for a purpose and with a purpose. And so it's up to you to discover the purpose, stay the course, overcome the obstacles that are trying to get you off path. So with that said, I will see you tomorrow morning. That's right, bright and early tomorrow morning. Once again, yeah, it is kind of early here, 7 a.m. Don't know where you are. If you're all the way across the pond listening from England with us, hey, it's in the afternoon for you. Hey, you West Coast folks, Hawaii folks, hey, it's real early for you guys, but we welcome you too. Hey, take care, God bless, and we shall see you tomorrow.